Amy and I went out drinking to celebrate getting dive certified, and I drank way too much rum.
How's it going, Andrea? How you feeling over here?
There we go.
Why did you do this to yourself?
It was free. And a free shirt. It's totally worth it.
So, the 6 a.m. shuttle ferry in the morning. You gonna make it back to La Ceiba?
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, crap.
So Andrea was pretty hungover the next day, and she said she couldn't get on the ferry, so I let her lay in bed all day, and then the next day she said she still felt really bad. The day after drinking, I was, of course, severely hungover, but it felt much worse than a normal hangover, because I haven't been hungover in a very long time. And I couldn't eat anything all day. I couldn't get on the ferry. So Becky and Amy went out to the beach and had a good time while I laid in the room in the black mold with the cockroaches, and started to get like really bad like flu-like symptoms where I felt like my entire body was aching and my bones and all that crap, and I felt like really hot and really cold, so I was trying to lay by the window but with a blanket on me, but then like the wind would blow in and like touch my skin and it was like excruciating. The next day we had to get on the boat since our bikes were being charged in the parking lot $6 a day, so I forced myself to go on the boat, and after we got off the boat, tried to ride. I could barely pack the stuff on my bike because I was feeling so horrible. But we got on our bikes and rode. We made it about 30 miles, and I pulled over and I was like, I have to stop. I'm dying. I'm going to die. I want to lay on the ground face down and either wait to die or get better, and I don't care which. I hadn't really eaten anything over those like 2 days or so. And we stopped at this little stand, and I was going to try to force down some chicken and some rice.
How's your food?
Salty. All the food in Honduras is really salty. So salty. Like normally if you feel great, it's really hard to eat it anyway. And I had no appetite and was feeling like death. So I ate like 2 bites and gave it away to this guy who was kind of like hanging out by our table and looked like hungry. I couldn't ride anymore. I was like, we have to just go right down the road to the first shitty hotel we see. So we rode only a few more miles and found a hotel, parked our bikes, went up to the room, and I just laid there. And then I force-fed her peanut butter. Finally, I made her go to the doctor. There was a clinic just across the street, so I took her down there, and they basically force-injected her with some things that they didn't tell us what they were. Andrea was like, no, what is that? What is that? I want to know. And they were just like, no, it's good for you. They just put it in her arm under protest. I was too weak to fight it. I was like, whatever, just jam it in my arm. I'll just die. It's fine. After the doctor, we just like slink back to the room, and I lay there again for another day and night. She might have had dengue fever. We'll never know. Yeah, Becky was joking that I had a touch of the malaria, but when we looked up symptoms, it sounded more like it was something like dengue, but who knows? I just was badly sick and had a pounding headache for like good 4 or 5 days and no appetite. Dengue fever is really common in all of Central America, and there's no vaccination for it and nothing you can really do about it except for use mosquito repellent and try to stay out of mosquito-y areas. But a lot of people get it when traveling. People can die, but usually not unless you're like really old or like a baby. Try to not be an older baby. My mouth tastes like bug spray.